It's time to talk about the first type of differential equations that we're going to study. And actually, there are 4 types that you are responsible for, and we're just doing types 1 and 2 in today's lesson, and this video just covers the overview of type 1. So back in Unit 3, when we talked about applications of derivatives, we saw that velocity is the derivative of distance, and that acceleration is the derivative of velocity. So here we're just starting backwards. We're going to start with acceleration and integrate to velocity and then integrate to position. And many times we talk about acceleration as just the downward force of gravity. And of course, we're going to ignore air resistance in these problems because they're very simple in the scheme of the world. So we're going to call gravity G, and we designate G to be the constant acceleration due to gravity. And these are the 2 values we use here in calculus. So G equals 9.8 meters per second squared. And then of course, if I'm in feet, I'm going to have 32 feet per second squared. But we typically put a negative sign in front of gravity because gravity is a downward force. So acceleration is actually the derivative of velocity, so dv dt, and we're going to call it negative g. And then what we can do is we can solve the differential equation using separate, integrate, solve. So basically, if I multiply both sides of this equation by dt, I get dv equals negative g dt, so I've separated right there. Now I'm going to integrate both sides. The integral of dv is v, and the integral of negative g is negative g times c plus c. I need a constant of integration. So now I know, and by the way, I can call this c sub 1 because I'll need a different c value shortly. So I know that velocity is the rate of change of position with respect to time. And remember, in calculus, we use s to represent position. So velocity is negative gt plus c sub 1. And I can solve this differential equation to solve for s by using separate, integrate, solve. So once again, I separate my variables by multiplying by this dt right here. And then I'm going to integrate both sides. And ds integrates to s, negative gt goes up a degree to t squared and divide it by 2. C sub 1 integrates to c sub 1 times t, and then we add a second constant of integration, c sub 2.